MacBook Air, M1 processor with 8 cores and 7 core GPU, fully Retina 13-inch display, USB-C ports, slim design and metal body enclosure. The M1 MacBook Air, in my opinion, is still one of the best value laptops Apple still sells in 2023. But today we're going to be answering the question whether you should still be buying one, or you should look at the 13-inch M2 or the 15-inch M2 Air MacBooks. With that said, let's get straight into the video. So let's talk about the design of the M1 MacBook Air first. Now the M1 MacBook Air does look pretty outdated compared to the rest of the MacBooks that Apple sells. However, it's not to say that the MacBook Air still doesn't have one of the best looking designs in the laptop market right now. Even compared to some Windows laptops, the M1 MacBook Air still looks nice with its all metal body enclosure. It's so slim, it has the wedge design, and overall it has the premium feel. It does not feel cheap in any way. The MacBook Air is still quite light and it's going to easily slip in and out of your bag really easily. For all my students watching this review, it's going to be able to fit in all of your bags. It's 13 inches, nice and compact. So yeah, honestly, design-wise, the M1 MacBook Air still holds up greatly in 2023. The silver color I have here today is also really nice. You also can get this in space gray. I wish we did have the midnight version on this MacBook Air, which you can get on the new MacBook Airs, the updated versions with the M2 processors. However, those versions do get fingerprints. I still really like the silver color on this MacBook Air. The display on the MacBook Air is one of their older Retina displays with a peak brightness of up to 400 nits. It is a P3 color accurate display, so you will be able to get away with doing some video and photo editing on the go if you're someone who does that. It's a nice, sharp, color accurate display. You'll enjoy watching your movies when you're procrastinating, when you should probably be doing work. And the brightness is perfectly fine for people who are viewing the MacBook indoors. However, if you're someone who goes out to a cafe or you're out in the direct sunlight, the MacBook Air's display will definitely be a bit hard to see. Also, the type of display the MacBook Air has means that dirt and all of like your fingerprints and stuff are really attracted on the MacBook Air's display. Which means when you're in the sun and you have all that dirt on your MacBook's display, it will be even harder to see. However, the display is still pretty nice. It does have quite thick bezels compared to newer MacBooks. However, it does lack the notch, which some people definitely like better than the notch on the newer MacBooks. You're going to be obviously using the keyboard and trackpad on this MacBook, and I'm really happy to say that I love the keyboard and trackpad on this MacBook. The keyboard feels really nice. It has just the right amount of travel, and I've been using this keyboard for about 2 years now. However, I do wish the trackpad was slightly bigger. I do also have a 13-inch M1 MacBook Pro that has a slightly bigger trackpad. However, that's not to say that the trackpad is actually amazing. It's a nice glass trackpad. It has haptic feedback. It just feels really premium. I wish it was a little bit more flush with the overall body of the MacBook. But still, using all the gestures on the M1 MacBook's trackpad, it just feels so nice. So I'm confident to say that the keyboard and the trackpad were done right on this MacBook. The speakers and microphones are great on this laptop. You are going to probably be joining Zoom calls, FaceTime calls, and other things like that. And the speakers are great. They sound really nice, especially for a 13-inch laptop. So the speakers are definitely nice. It also has a nice separation in surround sound since the two speakers are like directly opposite each other's ears, if you're trying to know what I'm trying to say. However, the webcam for video recording and video conferencing is kind of trash. It is a 720p webcam, and in 2023, that's terrible, basically, in 2023 standards. Can people view you and see that something's actually in front of the camera? Yes, they definitely can, but can they make out anything but the basic facial features of your face? No. The microphones, however, do sound nice. Now let's talk about the processor inside the M1 MacBook Air, which has aged like fine wine. It's just a saying, I'm 16, I don't drink wine. That's not nice. For the students that are going to buy this MacBook has way more than enough power to speed through those documents and PowerPoints on those late nights when you have to submit that document. For reference, I use an M1 MacBook Pro with the same chip but with one extra GPU core to edit 4K videos, and yes, it does have a fan, but it rarely ever does kick in when I'm editing. You can easily run Chrome with multiple tabs open and many apps also running in the background. However, if I were you, I would recommend buying the 16GB option of memory. 8GB is fine. I'm using 8GB on both the devices I have. However, just future-proofing to 16GB, apps are getting more and more heavy. Chrome is Chrome. It uses most of the RAM even when I have Final Cut open. In terms of storage, you have the 256GB as a base. However, you can go up to 512, but I recommend not doing that. Instead, go on Amazon and buy like a Samsung T7 SSD. You can get like 1TB for £50 instead of getting 256GB for an extra £200 from Apple. So yeah, don't upgrade the storage, just buy one from Amazon. So yeah, if you are going to buy this MacBook, I wouldn't worry at all of this MacBook slowing down in the upcoming years whatsoever. You'll definitely be able to go through the whole of secondary, the whole of your A levels, and the whole of university if you treat this laptop right. The battery life is also alright on this machine. Obviously, I have been using it for quite a long time. The battery has degraded. I'm now on 95%. However, tasks like photo editing and video editing, they do take up a lot of battery. However, if you're running Chrome, watching videos, documents and stuff, then your battery barely goes down. Standby time is good. However, I do notice that sometimes after not using my MacBook for like a day or two, like goes down by quite a bit, by like maybe 10 or 20% just on standby. Maybe it's because I do leave apps just running open in the background, just close the lid and let it go. But yeah, that is definitely something to think about. The charger that comes in the box is only 30 watts, so you're not getting extremely fast charging. However, if you do buy a 60 watt charger from Apple, then yeah, you'll get the full fast charging. The port selection is a bit disappointing, especially in 2023 and against the new MacBooks. We don't have MagSafe charging. We do have to charge via USB-C ports. However, we have two USB-C 4 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and yep, they have fast speeds, they have the charging, and we also have a headphone jack. So if you're someone who still uses wired headphones and don't have AirPods yet, then yeah, you can use that. Now let's see if you should actually buy the M1 MacBook Air in 2023. You absolutely should. If you get student discount on this laptop, you can get this laptop for $899. You can spend the rest of the money you've saved on like AirPods or Apple Music subscription, and it's gonna really be worth your money. If your parents need convincing, show them this video and just tell them that yeah, it's going to last you a long time, you won't need to upgrade. Overall, it's worth spending a little bit more money on a device that will last you a long time compared to a device that's gonna give you problems, gonna slow down. The MacBook is not gonna slow down. It's a proper device. The reason I recommend this over the M2 MacBook Air, I'm just going to go into this real quick, is that it basically has the same performance, especially for the casual user who isn't going to be needing that extra power that comes from the M2 processor. You're going to be just fine with the M1 processor. Like I said, I edit full 4K videos. I run my YouTube channel off an M1 MacBook Pro, and the only difference being that has a fan, but that barely ever kicks in. So yeah, that was my review of the M1 MacBook Air in 2023. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll stick around in the comments for a while. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.